Well, the day has finally come. It's the final episode of the Zuul Runner Build Series. It's been a lot of fun, and there's still a few things left on the list to do before we can wrap this thing up. So, just not wait any longer, and dive right in. All right, so let's break down the list of things that need to get done. I have the cage that needs to get painted. I have the driver figure that needs to get painted. I have to assemble the cage, assemble the driver, install the driver into the cage. Then cut out the windows on the body, install the window nets into that body. Then I can install the cage and driver into the cab, install the bed cage onto the back of the cab. And then I got to sticker up the body. And then I can start tying up all the wiring for the LEDs and the wiring on the chassis. And then I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. There might be a couple of things that I'm missing, but I believe that takes care of most of the things. So let's go ahead and start on that cage. All right, so before we can get to painting the cage and the driver, I have to figure out some way of being able to mount that driver into the cage, into a seat. I want him to be secure because with all this bouncing around, I don't want him just flopping all over the place and falling out. So, unfortunately, the only thing I can think of to do was to put a screw in the most uncomfortable of places. So, sorry, buddy, you're getting screwed. And keeping in theme, of course, this thing's gonna be bouncing around, so I had to secure his arms and his head just the same way, so I used some screws for that as well. And then glue the outer half of the arms together. And that should do it. That should be able to hold everything in place. And it also allows me to be able to move his arms. They only are fixed, they only can move in, robotic form. It allows me to be able to position his arms in the right spot. So that should work. Okay, so with the driver figure all figured out, it's time to go ahead and paint that cage. I just went with basic black just to match the bed cage. It's super easy. I didn't bother sanding the 3D printed cage just because it's going to be on the inside of the cab. You're not going to see it anyways, so not see it that well at least. So I just went ahead and just painted it black. Painted the driver to match the color of the body. And then I will also put some stripes along his sleeves so match. And as I was doing that, I did notice that the paint markers that I was using didn't quite show up on the tan, so I had to end up painting a white stripe first with paint on his sleeves, and then went over that with the yellow, orange, and red stripes with the paint markers. I had originally planned on using the driver figure head that came with it, but then rummaging through my stuff, I found a gatekeeper helmet for the interior for the gatekeeper, and it was the perfect size, and it fits the look of the build better. So I went ahead and used that instead. It fits, and that worked out perfectly. Then it was time to assemble everything. As I was assembling the driver into the cage, I noticed his arms didn't quite line up where they needed to be. So, easy fix. All I did was take a heat gun, heated up his elbows until they were pliable enough where I could move his arm up and into the position that I needed it to be. That worked out great. It was super easy. So then before installing the cage into the cab, I moved on to cutting out the windows. I just used a sharp X-Acto knife, scored along the edges of the windows, and carefully peeled it away and was able to remove the window area. With the windows cut out, I decided to go ahead and apply the stickers. Straightforward, just apply the stickers how I wanted them. And then for the window nets, I am using some Tamiya window net that I believe is for like the Hot Shot or the Fox. I'll show you the part number here up on the screen. It's super good. It looks really scale. It works really well. If you ever need a window net, that's one of the things I suggest that you use. I just cut it out to size and then use a little bit of shoe glue to glue it into the edges with to hold it in place. That way it doesn't move. And then it was time to install the cage and driver into the cab. That all went smooth. It was a little tight to get the cage in there with the roll bar LED wires coming in through the top, but it fit. It was fine. Just took a little bit of manipulating to get everything to fit in there. It was nice and tight. Put the screws in, perfect fit. The rear cage though, however, was a pain to install. I had to use a hex wrench, fish it through the cage and into the top of the cab to get the top 3 screws in. Once those were in, the rest was easy. And then it was just putting on the side panels, putting the screws in for the side panels to hold everything together, and then installing the stickers on the back of the side panels. All right, so for the rear bed cage, the Gatekeeper comes with a molded radiator, and it looks okay. It's just a one-piece molded, kind of okay looking. But I decided to get rid of that and opted for the RPM radiator. It's molded, it's silver. The fans are 2 pieces, so it has more of a 3-dimensional look. And luckily, it fits perfectly for the Gatekeeper cage. Then the spare tire, I got some straps that I ordered from, I think it was Amazon or something. I used the center wheel nut to hold the center of the straps down, and then just wrap around the edges and then tuck them into the bead on the backside, and then tighten the whole 3-piece wheel all together. And it worked out perfect. Easy to assemble, super easy. And that is pretty much about it. It is done. Look at it. Look at how beautiful it came out. Oh my God, it looks so good. I love this build. It was so much fun. Sad that it's done, but at the same time, I'm happy. Just means it's one thing to check off my build list and time for another build. So enough looking at it here in my hands. This really doesn't do it justice. Let's get some close-up shots and take a look. Like I said, I'm a little sad to see this build being done, but at the same time, I'm happy. I'm happy because it's the first build series on my channel that is completed. It's another build that I can check off my list, and it just means I get to build another thing, build another project, whatever it is that comes to mind. I have plenty of builds in mind, trust me. There will be plenty to come. It also gives me an opportunity to work on some how-to videos. I do have some cool painting how-to videos that are coming up. So if you want to check those out, watch some more builds, check out the how-tos, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notification bell on. And we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.